Welcome to GCS Credit Union Ballpark here in Sauget, Illinois. We are set for our championship series for the SLIAC Conference Tournament Championship between the Webster Gorlocks and the Spalding University Golden Eagles. Hi, welcome in. I'm Tyler Rosen, my partner this evening for games 1 and 2. And if we need a third tomorrow night is Jim Plyman. Jim, welcome in, and should be a fun championship series here. Just a quick rundown. These teams played 4 times in a 4-game series on this very field back early in the year. Webster took 3 of those 4, and Spalding looking to right the ship here today in the games that matter most.
Right, and I know both teams are looking forward to this. They're both playing their best baseball of the season. There's no doubt about that. They were very impressive in their pods, and I think, I see this series playing tomorrow night.
Yeah,
I just do.
You're not too far off there. I was thinking the same thing going back through my notes and stats today. And it should be a good series, and I'm excited that we get 2 tonight, kind of fill that void a little bit. And if we happen to split 1-1, let the tension build up all day tomorrow for what would be an exciting Game 3. We're going to step aside for a bit. When we come back, we'll have the first pitch and get things going in Game 1 of the SLIAC Championship Series here on SLIAC TV. Welcome back. I'm Tyler Rosen, and again, quick reminder, my partner Jim Plyman, as we were about set. The coaches talking with the umpires at home plate right now, and again, this is the first of 2 games here tonight, and the new look SLIAC Championship, the first time that the conference has gone to a 3-game series to determine their conference tournament champion.
Right, and that, I think it's great. I think it adds some excitement to it, and a little extra tension, and which makes it fun, and certainly more games for these young men to play, and that's what it's all about, is playing games. And I think, like I say, both squads are eager, both managers are eager, everybody's ready to play.
And quick point, Jim, you mentioned when we first came to air, both teams playing their best baseball right now. Webster has been on a roll seemingly throughout the year, just a handful of losses. And we mentioned that 4-game set that happened back in March when these 2 teams locked up here on this field. Spalding dropped 3 of those, Jim, but since that point, they went 19-5 to close out the regular season. You add in their 3 wins at the beginning of this tournament, 22-5 since losing to Webster. So I think it's safe to say they've had this circled since last weekend.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And when you get beat like that, 3 out of 4, that leaves a mark and leaves a stain, and, they want to, amend that for sure. And, and you talk about, Webster, they're 33-6 overall on the year. They were 25-3 in the conference, and they have won, I think, 15 of their last 16. So they're playing well, and you'll see, and a lot of it is, from the arm of their big starter, their ace on the staff, Matt Mulhern, who comes into this game 10-1, and he has the start here today, and with that ERA of, it's not bad, 0.77, and so that's I'm excited to see him pitch. His counterpart Zach Parisi today, he's 8-3, 1.55 ERA. I think we got 2 great pitchers to go at it as we get things ready here at GCS Ballpark here in Sauget, Illinois. It's an all-turf field. We'll talk about that as we go, and just looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful day currently right now, 84 degrees, and wind blowing in from center field a bit and also looks from left field to right. And we'll see how that changes as the night plays on. Again, just the first of two here this evening. And get back to our starting pitchers. Both have pitched in this tournament already. We'll start with the visitor on the scoreboard, Jack Parisi, a 2.35 ERA and 1-0 in this tournament. In that start, he went 7 2/3, giving up 5 hits and 2 earned runs. And he had 7 strikeouts compared to just the 3 walks. And his counterpart, as Jim mentioned, he's an exciting one to watch. Matt Mullern, he had that 1 appearance, went 1-0, 6 innings pitched, just giving up 4 hits and 10 total strikeouts. Step aside for the national anthem.
Well, as Tyler mentioned, it's 84 degrees as we start here this afternoon. We got a wind is definitely blowing. It looks like it's coming in from center field a little bit towards the first base bag. And that is kind of setting up the weather for you here as what these teams are facing here this afternoon and this evening. Should be a great afternoon and evening for baseball.
Excuse me, you're absolutely right, Jim, and we'll just get the umpires out to you. Over at first base tonight in this game, one will be Tim Birch. Over at third will be Kevin Wilkie. And behind the plate calling balls and strikes will be Aaron Ashlock. Those are your umpires tonight for game one. And Webster will be the home team in this game one. And as we mentioned, Matt Mullern on the mound. Over at first will be Kyler Kent. Behind him at second will be A.J. Smith. Over at third will be Mitch Daniels. The shortstop is Ben Swords today. In left field, R.J. LaRocco. In center, Aaron Hopp. And over in right, Adam Lovell. Behind the plate, Zach Goodman will be the backstop for Mullern, as Webster will be in the all-white uniforms, white jersey, white pants, white hats with a blue bill, and the visitors will be in the gray pants, blue jerseys with yellow trim and yellow numbers, and blue hats. Again, a best-of-3 series, so it could all be wrapped up when it's all said and done tonight. But we anticipate a good series.
Yeah, and the Spalding lineup, they were in their batting order will be Mitch Langley at center field. Evan Trentman will be the left fielder, and Eric Meyer will bat third, and he is the shortstop. Dryden Schroeder is the cleanup man. He's playing first base. J.T. Johnson is a designated hitter. In the sixth slot is Michael Speck. Zane Baker is the catcher, batting seventh. Jace Pinkston, second base, batting eighth, and Marcus Collins is the 9-hitter at third base. And we're going to turn things over to Tyler Rosen.
As the first pitch into Mitchell Langley misses up, and our first pitch comes at 5:05 and 84 degrees. So 1-0 the count. That one fouled straight back into the screen, evening the count at 1-1.
Are these windows sturdy here? This is like prime time right here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Good thing this netting comes up quite a ways as the 1-1 catches the inside corner, called strike two. So Mullern ahead in the count, 1-2. 1-2. going to be lifted and will find the seats along that first base line. So we'll do the 1-2 again.
Langley's coming in this game hitting .319. Tyler, he's had a great season. 28 RBIs, just 1 home run, but 15 stolen bases. So he's someone that Webster wants to keep off the base paths.
1-2 lifted into left center. Going over and making the play is LaRocco for out number 1. A fly out of Langley to left.
LaRocco got a great jump on that. As soon as it came off the bat, he was moving to that gap in left center field. And the left fielder, R.J. LaRocco, just a nice catch to start the game.
So 1 down here in the top of the first, and that'll bring in Evan Trentman, the left fielder. Evan batting .455 in this tournament. He looks at a first pitch ball, and catcher Goodman hesitated throwing back. Sign of his displeasure with the call. Now he gets one down the middle for a called strike 1, so count evens at 1 to Evan Trentman. Mulhern throws. Again, fastball in there, called strike 2.
That's what you want to see, is him coming out throwing strikes. If you're a Gorlock fan, stay ahead in the count.
Yeah, he's right around the plate on that first at-bat. Now gets a pop-up. Angling, will it stay in play? It'll go into the netting for a foul ball. So again, we'll do the 1-2.
Good effort there by Mitch Daniels. He went a long way in foul territory to try to snag that one. Ran out of real estate, hits the netting. And it's back to the 1-2 count. Looks like he took a little off of that.
Yeah, one with the breaking pitch there. And got Trentman a bit out in front. Explains the harmless pop fly down that left field line. Now Trentman. 1-2 again. Fouled back again by Trentman. Mulhern to start this game going exclusively from the stretch. And assume he'll keep that going throughout his duration of time on that mound. 1-2, fouled back and out of play, out of the stadium.
The on-deck hitter, Eric Meyer, the 2-time All-Conference Player of the Year. Look forward to seeing him play here. There's a lot of talent on this field.
1-2, missed outside.
Mulhern trying to get him to chase on that one.
It's a good pitch, just a bare eye there by Trentman to lay off. And he works the count even at 2-2 with 1 gone here in the top of the first. Mulhern kicks, throws, gets that ground ball back up the middle. Going to be picked up by the second baseman Smith, but it's an infield single.
Well, you put the ball in play and anything can happen. He went down to get that one and just, I wouldn't say that was a hard swing, but it was effective. And it was the first hit of the game, the first base runner of the game. And now we see Eric Meyer.
And the infield goes to double play. The middle of the infield, goes to double play depth. And first pitch to Meyer. Fastball called strike 1.
Eric Meyer, .403 on the batting average. 6 home runs and 47 RBIs.
And he loops one into shallow center. It'll get down for a single. Trentman rounding second into the third easily. So he goes first to third. Back-to-back singles have something going for the Golden Eagles here in their half of the first inning.
And that gets the Spalding faithful here on the first base side excited. That's what you like to see, the fans getting into the game. It's just good to see fans at a game.
Yeah,
and they're getting
absolutely.
Getting some sun out here today.
And good hitters will hit, Jim, is Eric Meyer batting just .250 in this tournament in 3 games, 3 for 13. Not a terrible average, but compared to the number you threw out for what he was on the year, not a good start to this tournament, but he gets or keeps things rolling here in the first. Not his hardest hit single, but again, effective. And now the first pitch into Schroeder misses up for ball 1.
Boy, and this is one of these, you get this opportunity here against Mulhern. You got first and third and 1 out. You got to make something happen here, because if he gets settled in, it could be Katie bar the door.
You're right. You want to jump on him early, and especially knowing that this is a best-of-3 set, dig into the bullpen and have as many Gorlocks come to the mound and work them as much as you can, as there was a check over at first of Meyer. He was back in easily. And now comes home.
This is where Mulhern would like to strike out here. Of course, the double play ball would be great. I mean, Webster's defense is tremendous.
Right, leads the league in fielding percentage. Spalding, second. So no wonder these two teams are in this series, as that's fouled back to the screen, and now Mulhern ahead in the count again, 1-2. He's been ahead in every count.
Let's see if he goes with that off-speed pitch. He sets up, I would think, maybe away here. Maybe get him to chase. Goodman moves to the outer part of the plate. They got the runner picked off at first.
Yeah, they got Meyer throw to second. Throws cut off. It's going to come home. It's in time. They get the runner.
Well executed.
Home. Yeah, well executed.
It goes 1-3-4-2.
1-3-4-2 on the putout of Trentman coming home.
So Meyer gets the stolen base at second.
No stolen base for Matt. No stolen base, just in advance.
Okay, they're going to say just in advance.
He surely would have been thrown out, but
yeah, and just a great play.
It's just a nice heads-up play, not trying to do too much either, knowing that runner's
and there's
going.
a strikeout, and they're out of the inning. Ow.
Got him to chase with the high fastball, and Schroeder well behind, and Mulhern works out of a jam thanks to some help from his defense, and then caps it off with a strikeout. We move to the bottom of the first. Our score, 0-0. You're watching the SLIAC Championship Series on SLIAC TV.
Do you have a camp coming up? Winning Streak can help you. Whether it's a summer league team or you're hosting a skills camp, Winning Streak has you covered. With talented graphic artists on site to help you with your design and various delivery options, Winning Streak has all of your needs met. If you place an order on a Monday, Winning Streak can get you your camp shirts by Thursday. Winning Streak, your T-shirt headquarters.
Yes, he would.
Welcome back to Sauget, Illinois. I'm Tyler Rosen, alongside me Jim Plyman, and producing for us tonight is Tim Miller. And it was looked like it was going to be maybe a dicey top of the first inning for Mulhern, but he settles down after giving up back-to-back singles. Got 1-3-6-2 put out of Trentman trying to come home.
Yeah,
after they got Meyer off the bag at first.
Yeah, the pickoff throw went to Kyler Kent. Kent hit his shortstop Swords, and Swords made a perfect throw to the plate to Zach Goodman, and boom. The runner is cut down, and then the strikeout, and just like that, poof goes that opportunity for Spalding, and momentum quickly shifts to the Gorlocks.
Yeah, getting out of a jam like that. And for Mulhern, yes, he was in trouble, Jim, but even just looking at his demeanor on the mound, didn't seem to waver at all. Said, all right, nothing new. I'll try and get out of this. I know I have the best defense behind me that I can. And went to them and then did it himself. And getting the lead off will be Adam Lovell, the right fielder, then R.J. LaRocco, and Kyler Kent, the first baseman. If anybody can reach, it'll be Ben Swords.
Again, Jack Parisi, 1.55 ERA, 8-3 is his record. He's a right-hander. And he gets ready to toe the rubber, and we'll give it back to Tyler Rosen.
So Parisi, he works from the windup. His first pitch misses well outside to Lovell for ball one.
You play Lovell straight away. We'll give you that Spalding defense in just a second.
As the 1-0 misses low this time.
It'll be Dryden Schroeder's over at first, Jace Pinkston at second, Eric Meyer at short. Marcus Collins is over at third base.
2-0. This time called strike on the outside edge.
Good pitch. And then around that Spalding outfield, it is Evan Trentman in left, Mitch Langley in center, and Michael Speck out in right.
2-1. Just missed.
Zane Baker has the duties behind the plate.
3-1 the count. Parisi missed outside, so a 5-pitch walk issued to the leadoff man Lovell here in the bottom of the first.
All right. My wife's been following baseball a long time with me, and she knows you never walk the leadoff man.
No, no.
I always tell her, yes. Well, I got a different partner over here. I can. Debbie knows. I always get mad at, oh, no, the leadoff man. I know, never walk him.
First pitch into R.J. LaRocco, the left fielder, is a called strike, catching the outer corner. And you're right, Jim. You and your wife both absolutely right in the fact that baseball is especially one of these games where those unforced errors always tend to come back and get you. Now we get a dead ball, and you're going to say it was a foul ball off the knob of the bat. This was a check swing there from LaRocco.
Right there in on the fingers.
That's not going to feel good, but foul ball, he'll be all right, and digs back in now behind in the count 0-2.
Lovell over at first base is 17 out of 22 in stolen base attempts.
Parisi gives him a quick look, now comes home. Nice breaking pitch, and just missed, ball 1. And Baker showing his displeasure with that call like his counterpart Goodman did in the top half of the first.
LaRocco gets a lot of room in the left center field gap there.
Yeah, being shaded a bit to hit the other way. That's where the pitch goes and misses well outside.
RJ is the SLIAC newcomer of the year. First Gorlock to win that since 2015.
Now he's even the count up at 2-2. Nice at bat going here. Chops that one foul and stays alive. Webster and Spalding meeting in the championship of this tournament for the second straight tournament. The caveat being obviously last year being no tournament, so that dates back to 2019. The runner goes, swung on and missed. Throw down to second is high. Meyer brings it down in time. They got him. What a play by Meyer, and a great throw from his knees was Baker.
The old strike him out, throw him out. What a throw by Baker.
And you talk about how that changes the outlook of an inning there. You get the leadoff man on a walk. You get the strike him out, throw him out quickly, too, gone. And now the third place hitter, Kyler Kent. He's also playing first base, pops that one.
Well, you never know what he bounces on AstroTurf where they're going. Look out there,
Right.
Mr. Umpire. He almost stepped on Zane Baker's mask.
As Baker was quick to try and field his position, but foul ball, so it's strike one. Now Parisi picks up the pace, throws home. Fastball misses low and away.
Little slip on the mound out there. When you throw on these turf mounds, you got to hope your footing stays because they can get slick.
We saw quite a bit of that last week over at Carshield Field during the first few rounds of this tournament, and now the 1-1 misses low for ball 2.
Looks like Parisi's having a little trouble landing.
Yeah, a couple times now see him look back at where his left foot has been landing. Now he comes home, catches the outside corner, call and strike 2.
No, I know for a fact this is a little slippery on the mound there. Or it can be. Look at the shift they have for his.
A wild shift here is the
Pinkston is in short right field. The shortstop, Eric Meyer, is on the right side of second base.
And as far as I can remember, Jim, throughout this tournament, this is the first real shift, true shift that I've seen as the 2-2 misses outside. Seen a couple variations of the shift, but this is the first time I've seen a true shift.
This is pretty major here.
And the full count, payoff pitch, got him,
nice
swinging.
pitch.
As he got Kent to chase. So Lovell reaches on the walk, but promptly thrown out after LaRocco goes down on strikes. Kent follows suit. We move to the second. Our score still 0-0 here in the SLIAC Championship Series. You're watching SLIAC TV.
Drury Hotels is a corporate sponsor of the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. A family-owned hotel chain, Drury provides exceptional values for travelers. SLIAC fans and teams can choose from 3 Metro East locations in the St. Louis area and book rooms for just $89. Choose from Drury Hotels in O'Fallon, Fairview Heights, and Collinsville, which are conveniently located directly off the interstate and near a wide selection of restaurants. All 3 locations are within 60 miles of 5 SLIAC members and offer SLIAC fans and family traveling through the St. Louis area a cost-saving quality stay. For more information on how to book a room with Drury Hotels, contact your school's athletic department and ask for the Drury Hotels/SLIAC Biz Trip number. Drury Hotels, where the extras aren't extra.
It was good. It was good. That's going to hold me a while.
Welcome you back to GCS Ballpark out here in Sauget, Illinois. And the last 2 times that these pitchers locked up was game 1 of that 4-game set. That was a 10-2 Webster winner. And Parisi went 7 innings but gave up 5 runs. 2 of those earned. Matt Mulhern went 8 innings and only gave up 2 earned runs. So these 2 meet up again. And
Well, you know, the good defense helps your pitcher, no matter how you look at it. And we saw good defense in that first inning already. You know, both these 2 teams are the top-rated defensive teams in the conference. And, you know, you've seen execution here so far, and we've just played an inning. That's impressive.
You're right, and more so than anything, just having the wherewithal to make the smart play and not try and do too much. As the 0-1 drops in for called strike 2. DH JT Johnson digs in. Watches.
Trying to go up the ladder on him there. Went off the ladder.
I was going to say, missed a couple steps.
Yeah.
As that brought Goodman out of his crouch, and now the 1-2 lifted foul and out of play. And we'll find the seats.
To those of you just joining us, it's pretty glary here. It's a kind of a white sky, a little bit of blue here and there, but it is very glary.
Currently 84 degrees.
Oh.
Nice.
We got a piece of it.
Oof, barely. As he got him way out in front. A nice pitch there from Mulhern. Took a little something off of it, and you can see Johnson way out in front. Just barely does get the bat on the ball, so we'll do it again. 1-2. Mulhern kicks, throws, and this time he got him to chase up high. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Mulhern.
Tough pitch to lay off there, that high, hard one. And he got himself committed and couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, high cheddar is always hard to lay off. That's speaking from experience.
Yeah, I understand. And then you go, what did I do that for?
Plenty of time to think about it on the walk back to the dugout.
To your next at bat.
Speck looks at a first pitch ball. Miss up and away.
Speck's a 303 hitter for the season.
Watch called strike there. Nope, ball. Got me confused on the scoreboard. So 2-0 the count. Speck fouls that one back and out of the stadium. Strike 1.
He went to get that one. They play him to right center. He's got a huge gap between Lorocco and the center fielder Hop.
2-1 drops in there, called strike 2. Count even. Mulhern, nice job coming back, swung on and missed, and going to say it was fouled. So count stays at 2-2. I believe this was the first batter that Mulhern has fallen behind to, but now he's worked
Goodbye.
even. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Speck goes down looking, and that's 3 straight strikeouts for Mulhern with 2 gone here in the second.
That almost wasn't fair.
Nope.
That was just a great pitch
Oh, that's nasty.
by Matt Mulhern.
Breaking pitch that just rode on the inside. Home plate umpire was all over it. And now he'll deal with Baker, the catcher.
Mulhern's throwing a few more breaking balls this inning, and he looks like he's throwing them with extreme confidence.
And in such great control of his pitches, too. Takes something off that, called strike 2. So quickly ahead on Zane Baker, the Spalding catcher, 0-2.
Looking to make it 4 strikeouts in a row.
Why not? 0-2.
Ouch.
Chopped foul off his left foot. So we'll do the 0-2 again. Zane Baker batting .286 in this tournament. He's had 7 at-bats and 4 RBIs. 3 strikeouts, though. Watches that pitch miss up for ball 1.
He shows him a heater there.
Yeah.
Throws it up and away, gives him something different to look at.
Throw home, gets a ground ball to the right side and gets into right field as some indecision there from the first baseman, Kent. Gets a 2-out single as Kent was playing on the line. Just a tough play there between him and Smith.
That's a good job by Zane Baker there. He just went with the pitch. He's down in the count. Pitch went towards the outside part of the plate, just slapped it into right field. That's what you got to do.
So now runner on first and Jace Pinkston, the second baseman. 2 gone. Now time called at home plate by Jace Pinkston. And first pitch into Pinkston misses low and away, ball 1.
I'd love to give you the dimensions of this park, but it's hard to see.
We do know it is 318.
318 down the left field line with a big, tall wall that's probably 15, 18 feet high. 20 feet high.
1-1 catches the outside corner, called strike 2. So now Mulhern ahead in the count again, 1-2. This time to the second baseman, Jace Pinkston. Mulhern kicks, throws. It's a major league pop-up that will go out of play.
And as high as the fence is in left field all the way around towards center, from center field towards the right field line, the fence is just as low.
Yeah.
That is a little higher than waist level.
Just a little bit, probably about
Yeah,
4 feet. And you'll really be
Yeah.
able to tell if someone
Yeah.
has to go up against that
Yeah.
wall. We'll try the 1-2 again. Here comes, got him to chase up high again. So the last 4 outs have been strikeouts. Struck out the side here in the second. We move to the bottom of the second. Our score still 0-0 in the SLIAC Championship Series. You're watching SLIAC TV.
I am an NCAA student athlete, and I pledge to be a champion of unity on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to stand against all forces of division and separation. I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination. I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity. I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt. I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy. I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all. I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United.
It'll be Ben Swords, the shortstop, then A.J. Smith, the second baseman, and Mitch Daniels, the third baseman, due up for the Gorlocks in their half of the second inning. This is another relatively easy inning for Matt Mulhern on the mound in the top half of the second. Got things going with a couple of strikeouts. First of JT Johnson swinging. Then he got Michael Speck, the right fielder, looking. Zane Baker had a nice piece of hitting to come out with the 2-out single, but his pitch ran low and away and was tailing away from Swords.
Yeah, this pitching duel, you got two pitchers that are first team all conference. So this is your classic pitcher's duel, at least set up on paper.
You're right, and it seemed that Parisi's been a little more labored to get things going and issues a leadoff walk for the second straight inning, this time on 4 pitches to Ben Swords.
Let's see how the Gorlocks want to play this.
Swords 7 of 8 on steals this year. And 1 for 1 in this tournament. And A.J. Smith, the second baseman, digs in from the left side. First pitch swinging.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah, off his foot and into the field of play. Foul ball. And he's trying to walk that one off.
There's no crying in baseball. Yeah, right. You smack one off the big toe and yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have a bigger toe. You need another pair of spikes.
So after the foul ball, Smith behind in the count 0-1 as he digs back in. Swords the runner at first. Throw home by Parisi misses low, evening the count at 1-1.
No evidence of small ball here.
No, and the Gorlocks being
Marcus Collins way in on the turf here, inside on the grass part, looking for the bunt opportunity.
As Smith looks at the 1-1, miss low and in. That's a tough pitch to lay off.
And again, Collins has not moved. He's still in.
And keeps on just on that green turf.
They got the shift on him too.
Now that 2-1 comes inside again and misses.
Parisi had walked 25 coming into this game. Now on 27 on the year. Struck out 91.
And the Gorlocks being really patient up at the plate right now. Gets him to swing 3-1, gets ground ball. Gloved, throws over to first. In time as he kept the toe down was Schroeder. Pinkston, nice play just to get the 1. Going down to second is Swords.
And they were playing him deep. The second baseman, Pinkston, had to come in and make the play. He had no chance of getting the runner. And his throw to first was good, but the big main part is A.J. Smith moved the runner.
Yeah, it's all you could really ask for. That pretty much not the worst that could have happened in that scenario. Now it'll be Mitch Daniels, who's out in front of that, and chases low and away for strike 1.
Now it's Parisi's turn to work out of a jam.
Runner on second, just 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Parisi takes a look over at Swords at second. Now comes home. That one tipped foul by Daniels, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
They're playing Mitch Daniels straight away. They're deep and left, deep and right. Now Parisi ahead in the count. Let's see how they want to go after Mitch Daniels.
As he comes set at the belt. Another peek over at second. Now comes home. Inside corner. Called strike 3 on the breaking pitch. And a nice pitch it was from Parisi. 3 strikes, sit him down.
Backdoor action there. A nice curveball by Parisi.
As saw Mulhern, his counterpart, do the exact same thing on the exact same pitch in their half of the inning. So now the catcher, Zach Goodman. He bats from the left side.
Oop!
Now he gets plunked on the first pitch right in the stomach is what it looked like. That doesn't happen often. He'll take his base over at first. And that'll bring in the DH for Webster, Landon Bailey.
So Bailey has the opportunity to bring home a run here. That one's runner's on via walk, the other runner's on via the hit by pitch. You got a chance to get to Parisi here.
You're right, and to do it with the bottom of the lineup.
282 hitter.
Bailey, he bats from the right side. Parisi kicks, throws, first pitch swinging, fouled and out of play into the bleachers along the first base side for strike one.
Nice crowd here this afternoon.
Yeah, good crowd on both sides. One is the most important games of the year up to this point for both these teams. And the 0-1 missed low. Nice pick by Baker.
The breeze has picked up a little bit. Kind of blowing straight across the field from left field over to the first baseline.
You're right, Jim. Definitely has picked up. It wasn't as strong when we got first pitch as the 1-1 fouled back to the screen. And Bailey will have to work behind in the count 1-2. 2 on and 2 gone here in the bottom of the second. Parisi comes set, throws home, just missed up. And so the count evens at 2-2 and Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. Bailey trying to come up with a big 2-out hit here in the bottom half of the second inning. Parisi kicks, throws, check swing. Pitch was just outside.
36 pitches, 16 strikes for this guy. 36-16.
And Jim, 36 pitches already for Parisi. He's through an inning and 2/3, trying to get the third out. Now a timeout called.
Well, Webster's taking him deep in the count. There's no doubt about that. He's only thrown 16 strikes.
The kick, runners go. This one lifted into left center. Going to be tough for anybody to get there. Going back, diving play, but it gets down off the track and against the wall. Coming around to third is the hitter, Bailey. A 2 RBI triple as he scores Swords and Goodman all the way around from first. And there's that big 2-out hit here in the bottom of the second, a triple to Landon Bailey, the DH, and he puts the Gorloks on top 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning.
What a big, big hit by your number 8 hitter in Bailey, who just had 10 RBIs on the season. Just picked up 2 big RBIs there as that ball just eluded the diving Evan Trentman. What an effort he made. He ran a long way for that as ball 1 comes to the outside part of the plate. But he ran a long, long way there, Tyler, and dove fully outstretched and just missed that one. And he got some help from his center fielder, Langley, or that could have been inside the Parker.
Yeah, and the way that Bailey was trucking around second, I thought maybe he was going to try for it.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking the exact same thing. So the walk and the hit by pitch hurts. And Spalding falls behind here 2-0.
You're right, Jim. We talk about it. Those unforced errors just seem to find a way to hang around in the 2-0 as he gets hopped to chase. Good block again by Baker. Holds Bailey over at third. And that triple, Jim, being the first hit of the game for the Gorloks.
That was Bailey's second triple of the season. He was a scooting, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Now a bunt gets down, goes right back to the pitcher, Parisi. He fires on over to first for the third out, but the damage has been done here in the second. A 2 RBI, 2-out triple by the DH, Landon Bailey, gives us a 2-0 Webster lead. We move to the third. Jim will tell you about it when we come back. You're watching the SLIAC Championship Series on SLIAC TV.
I pledge
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
We move to the top of the third inning. Webster has taken a 2-0 lead on a 2-run triple by their number 8 hitter, Landon Bailey. Spalding will send up their number 9 hitter in the lineup, Marcus Collins, and they'll roll around to the top to Langley and Trentman. As now they are chasing 2 runs here as Collins ready to go here against Matt Mulhern. Mulhern has struck out the last 4 batters for his last 4 outs, and he starts Marcus Collins out with a strike.
Collins batting, the freshman Marcus Collins batting .280, having 100 at-bats. He's got 1 home run on the year and 21 RBI, slug .360.
Mulhern puts an off-speed pitch right down central, and he jumps on top of the count here, 0-2 to Collins. Mitch Langley is on deck. And as we've seen Mulhern do before, when he gets ahead in the count, he throws that one up, see if he can get someone to chase. Now he's going to come back in attack mode. Next pitch, swing and a miss. And it's another strikeout for Matt Mulhern.
Makes 5 straight strikeouts for Mulhern on his last 5 outs. And you said it, Jim. After trying to go up and get you to chase on that high fastball, he's just going to come right back with you, right at you with a fastball.
Don't waste too many pitches. Langley flew out to left center his first time up. Nice catch there was made by R.J. LaRocco. This one's outside, 1-1. They play. Langley straight away, maybe shaded the right a little bit in the outfield. There's a swing and a miss on an inside pitch, and it's 1-2. It's Daniels, Sword, Smith, and Kent around the infield for the Gorlocks. Next pitch. Sit down, sir. That was a beauty on the outside corner.
6 straight now. He gets Langley looking and just in total control and command of that breaking pitch, and as we've seen, definitely that fastball.
So now it'll be Evan Trentman. Trentman singled his first time up. The Spalding had 2 hits in that first inning, but were unable to capitalize as they had a caught stealing and a runner gunned down at the plate. Actually, it was Trentman. Next pitch. Inside corner for a strike, tied him up. And Mulhern is ahead, 0-2. Next pitch. He went up high on him. Okay, here it comes. It's his pitch here.
It just looks so easy out there.
Don't
right
it, though? Next pitch. Whoa. He had his 7 teammates behind him coming off the field on that one. Didn't get the call, and it's 2-2. That one was just off the inside part of the plate. I'd look off speed here. The 2-2 pitch. That's laced into left field. Nice job of hitting there again. Trentman's 2 for 2 in this game. Both of his hits coming with 2 strikes on him.
Yeah, just another good piece of hitting there by Trentman. Laid off some really good pitches. then got one he liked, a little half, 3/4 check swing, finds the hole in the left side of the infield.
The conference player of the year, Eric Meyer, steps in. Meyer, 6 home runs, 47 RBIs, 13 doubles, 56 hits on the season. Had one here in the first inning. He put one in over the shortstop's head and in the left center for a hit. And he's ahead in the count here, 1-0. Mulhern. Slow curveball, fly ball, right center field. Drifting over there is Hop. And he makes the catch to retire the side. There was 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and 1 left. We have played 2.5 here at the GCS ballpark here in Sauget. It is a 2-0 lead for Webster. You are watching SLIAC TV.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn that in giving, we receive so much more in return. Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
We move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Webster will be sending up their top of their order. It'll be Lovell, LaRocca, and Kyler Kent as they get ready to face the right-hander Jack Parisi. Webster has been out-hit in this one, 3-1, but they are on top 2-0.
Not only timely hitting for the Gorlocks up to this point, but taking advantage of the opportunities they got. Coming back in that 2nd inning, 2 batters put on the bags, 1 with a walk, then 1 by a hit by pitch.
That pitch is low, 1-1. Actually, the Spalding Eagles have 4 hits in this game to just 1 for Webster. There's a nice breaking pitch that Lovell swings right through, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the leadoff man, Adam LaBelle. Next pitch. That one's outside.
Adam reached on his first plate appearance with a walk, but was promptly thrown out trying to steal second, part of a strike him out, throw him out double play.
Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Jack Parisi as he gets the strikeout. That's the 3rd strikeout for Parisi, and that'll bring in R.J. LaRocca. LaRocca was a strikeout victim. His first plate appearance, that one brushes him off the plate, and it's ball 1. Little action down in the Spalding bullpen down on the right field corner. There's a strike on the outside corner. Right-hander versus right-hander. Parisi's 1-1 pitch. That one paints the inside corner. Home plate umpire Aaron Ashlock put up the right hand there. It's 1-2. Next pitch. Ball shot down the right field line, just foul. Into said bullpen. Yep.
You can't quite get a number on that yet.
The 1-2 pitch. Again, moves LaRocca off the plate.
Pitch that just never really broke enough to not hit LaRocca.
There's a little liner to the shortstop, Eric Meyer. He easily handles that one. And it's 2 up and 2 down as LaRocca lines to short. And Kyler Kent will come up. He's the number 3 hitter in this Gorlock lineup. And they put the shift on for him. Kyler Kent. 374 batting average coming into this game. 39 games. Has 20. There's a ground ball second. They're going to have to hurry. Fielded, long throw. He beat it. That is an infield hit for Kyler Kent as the shift was on, and the second baseman, Pinkston, very deep, had to come and get it. That ball didn't have a lot of zip to it, and it's a 2-out hit for Kyler Kent. The second hit of the game for the Gorlocks, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Ben Swords.
And no matter where you fall in the spectrum, love or hate the shift, you got to admit there's flaws. We saw one of them right there.
You are correct, sir. First pitch to Swords is a ball. Kent, short lead at first. And Swords couldn't decide on that one whether he wanted to let her rip or not, and got caught in between. Takes it, and it's a strike, and it's 1-1. Parisi checks the runner. Next pitch, swing and a miss. The old high hard one gets by the cleanup hitter Swords, and it's now a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tyler Rosen, Jim Plyman with you. Tim Miller producing. There's a foul ball way out of here over the first base dugout and into the parking lot here at GCS Ballpark. The 1-2 pitch is coming. Bouncing ball to the right side. Second baseman feels it, flips it to first. I thought he would take it himself. But that's 4-3 as Pinkston made the play. Schroeder got back as he went after that ball and made a nice play to get back to the bag. 4-3 is the putout, and we are through 3 innings here as Webster had 1 hit in that inning, and that's runner was stranded. We have played 3. It is 2-0 in favor of Webster over Spalding as we take this break as you're watching SLIAC TV.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn that in giving, we receive so much more in return. Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
Stake to a 2-0 lead with 2 runs in the second inning. Webster's Matt Mulhern will go to the mound here in the 4th. He has been very good as we've gone through these first 3 innings, and he's going to face the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the Spalding lineup: Dryden Schroeder, J.T. Johnson, and Michael Speck. Mulhern has struck out 6. He's given up 4 singles. Hasn't walked anybody. And he faces Schroeder, who went down on strikes in his first at bat. Starts him off with a curveball that just missed a little bit inside, and it's 1-0. They play Schroeder straight away. That one's a fastball that is on the inside corner. Schroeder has no home runs on the season, 22 RBIs. Takes a curveball right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So the leadoff man is on.
First time today that the leadoff man has reached off of Mulhern. The last 2 leadoff men struck out. So Schroeder finds something he likes and puts it right back up the middle. And best spot to do it. Tough for those middle infielders when they're playing it straight up to go over there.
Schroeder has stolen 11 bases on the season in just 12 attempts. There's a bunt. Nice play. Somebody's got to cover first. Second baseman comes over as A.J. Smith executes perfectly. Mulhern to Smith. 1-4 on the sacrifice. So a little small ball by Spalding. I like it.
Yeah, first time we've seen it from really either team today.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, Jim. I like it too. It's adds a little bit strategy, a little more. Got to be a little more crisp out there. You got to make sure you're making the right play and in the good right position. And that time the Gorlocks were. Now have to work with one gone and deal with that base runner at second.
Michael Speck is a home run threat. He has 4 on the season. Looks at a breaking ball for strike 1. Mulhern back on top in the count here. Runner on at second. That's the first runner that Spalding has been able to get at least to second base. Fastball low, outside. Yeah, look, inside, outside, down the middle. Yeah, high and low too.
Looked almost identical to that first pitch.
1-1 is the count. Next pitch, foul back and a good cut there by the right fielder, Michael Speck. He's a sophomore.
Yeah,
out of Roaring Springs, Pennsylvania.
Didn't miss too much on that pitch and just goes off the end of the bat.
So now Mulhern is ahead in the count at 1-2. We've seen him throw a couple fastballs up high to see if they'll chase. Swing and a miss. He just threw that one past him. Speck not happy as he goes back to the bench, and that'll bring in the catcher, Zane Baker, who singled his first time up. Runners on at second. There's 2 outs.
That was the 7th strikeout for Matt Mulhern in the game so far. He's been real efficient, too.
He is the pitcher of the year. There's a check swing foul ball. He had a league-high 79 strikeouts in 53 innings, and he captured the league's pitching triple crown. He's the SLIAC's all-time leader in wins. And the list of acknowledgments goes on and on for this young man. 1-1 is the count to Zane Baker, the Spalding catcher. Got a runner in scoring position at second base. The pitch. Breaking ball. Bounced one hop to the first baseman. Kyler Kent, he steps on the bag, and the inning is over. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and 1 left. We've played 3.5. Webster on top of Spalding, 2-0. You're watching SLIAC. We move to the bottom of the 4th inning. It will be Webster's A.J. Smith, Mitch Daniels, and Zach Goodman And if anybody gets on, Landon Bailey, he's got the big hit in this game. It's a 2-out triple in the second inning that brought home Swords and Goodman as he cleared the bases with a shot to left center. And that's where we stand at 2-0 in Game 1 of the SLIAC Championship Series. Jack Parisi back to the mound. Parisi has 3 strikeouts. He's walked 2. He's hit a batter. And one of those walks and the hit batsman both came around to score in that second inning. A.J. Smith batting from the left side, shows bunt, and that was low and away. Smith, a .339 hitter for the season, 30 RBIs, 6 home runs. And I'm sure he's liking that short porch out there in right field. They definitely shift him that way.
He should be used to it by now as well.
He's got enough of the left field line there. He could run forever. We're at GCS Ballpark here in Sauget, home of the Gateway Grizzlies, and this field also was part of the Cardinals. What do they call that? The alternate training site. Yes. So there's a leadoff walk again. That's the third one in 4 innings where Parisi has walked the leadoff man. So yeah, this is close to downtown here in St. Louis if you're not familiar with the area. And the alternate site for the Cardinals was here for a number of weeks. And now we see Mitch Daniels, the Gorlock third baseman, steps in. It's batting right-handed. Infield looks for the double play. And the pitch is a strike. They're not real deep in the second base and shortstop spot.
Daniels batting .308 on the years. First time up, struck out looking on 3 pitches back in the second.
There's a tapper back to the mound. He looks to short out and out at first. Parisi almost threw that one away. He threw it back to the right side of the shortstop, Meyer. Meyer made a nice adjustment and a good throw and a rather easy double play, going 1-6-3.
Yeah, almost looked like maybe Parisi rushed the throw over to Meyer. The shortstop standing at second, but a good play there by Meyer to come back, work across his body, make the catch, and take his time on the throw over to first.
Zach Goodman looks at the first pitch outside. So Parisi pitches around that leadoff walk. Swinging a foul. And got a piece of the catcher, Zane Baker, but he looks like he's okay. We mentioned here the Grizzly Field, their opening day is May 27th. So that's coming right up. There's a shot foul off the fencing down the third base side. It's always a fun night over here for the Grizzlies. Good family entertainment. Next pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for the 4th inning as this game moves along. We have played 4 full innings. Webster scored 2 runs in the second inning, and that's the only scoring we've had so far. 4 full innings are down, 2-0 Webster. We'll take a break. You're watching SLIAC TV.
Do you have a camp coming up? Winning Streak can help you. Whether it's a summer league team or you're hosting a skills camp, Winning Streak has you covered. With talented graphic artists on site to help you with your design and various delivery options, Winning Streak has all of your needs met. If you place an order on a Monday, Winning Streak can get you your camp shirts by Thursday. Winning Streak, your T-shirt headquarters.
we move to the top of the 5th inning. Our score still 2-0. And as Jim mentioned before we went to break, all those coming in the bottom half of the 2nd inning, courtesy of a Landon Bailey 2-out, 2 RBI triple that broke the scoring open there in the 2nd. And now back out on the mound for his 5th inning of work is Matt Mulhern. He'll deal with Jace Pinkston, Marcus Collins. Then we'll flip around to the top of the order, and Mitchell Langley, the center fielder, will be the 3rd man due up. And if anybody can reach, and then barring a double play, Evan Trentman, the left fielder, will get an opportunity. As the throw goes down to 2nd, and Jace Pinkston digs in.
Just about played an hour here, Tyler. I like the pace of this one. 4 innings in an hour. That's good stuff. The pitchers are throwing. Fielders are fielding.
And seeing
got
more
a good
of these,
ball game.
Seeing more of these Gorlocks start to swing the bat a little more, too.
Yeah.
As the first couple innings through, first time and a half through the order, seem to be taking pitches, trying to make Parisi work. And now the first pitch from Mulhern, into Pinkston, misses low and away for ball 1. Pinkston, his first time up, struck out swinging, and now gets ahead in the count 2-0.
Haven't seen that very often through the first 4 innings.
Mulhern's only fallen behind in the count a handful of times.
They play Pinkston way to the right side in the outfield. He's got they're pretty sure he's not going to pull Mulhern.
Yeah, you don't see that shift too often in the outfield as the 2-1 just missed. Guess outside.
The left fielder, Larocco, is all by himself between the foul line and center field.
Now this one lifted foul and out of play, so the count will go full at 3-2. And yeah, Larocco not really playing left field, but more of a left center. And no one within probably about a football field's length as this one's lifted up and will stay in play. Going over giving chase is the first baseman, Kent, but it finds the seats. So we'll keep the count full, and we'll do it again with the 7th pitch of the at-bat into Jace Pinkston.
Well, this is exactly what you would expect a good pitcher's duel between 2 all-conference first-team pitchers.
This being the first 3-ball count, and a walk as the 3-2 missed up and away. So Pinkston works a leadoff walk, a nice at-bat by him, and now Marcus Collins, the 3rd baseman, will dig in.
I would expect a bunt here.
Especially from that 9-hole hitter.
We saw it the last inning.
And give us old souls in the game of baseball a little more fun with some small ball. We'll see. Bunt is not placed, but Collins did show and took back as the pitch missed away for ball 1.
Kit and Daniels were charging, and now looks like we're going to have a meeting of the minds here.
Yeah, make sure everybody's on the same page of what needs to happen as they anticipate bunt from Marcus Collins. And Mulhern been working extremely efficient, and the meeting breaks up, and going back to the dugout is the Webster head coach, Bill Couric, as he makes sure his team is all on the same page and ready to go, as the 1-0 is delivered by Mulhern. Catches the outside corner, called strike 1.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah, it's a good comeback pitch there after missing generally in that same area on that first pitch into Collins, and going to make him work if he is in fact going to put the bunt down. As Mulhern comes set, working from the stretch, throws home, right down the middle, called strike 2. That was a nice fastball again.
If a sign was missed there or not.
Yeah.
I'm thinking yes.
And now he's going to have to swing as it's a little blooper. Going to be caught by the pitcher, or it was off the ground. It bounced right in front, so the first 2 reach. And it's an infield single for
hit.
Collins.
No, wasn't much that Mulhern could do with that one. And actually, Kyler Kent did a great job of keeping the ball from going to the right field corner. It might have been an ill-advised throw there by Mulhern. But Spalding has him on the ropes here as they move around to the top of the order, Tyler. This is where you've just got to take advantage.
And you said it back in the first. That was the last time they had 2 runners on. And ended up coming up empty. And they left 1 on in that inning. But now 2 on, nobody out. Mitchell Langley.
Got to move the runners here.
Yeah, somehow, some way. Langley 0 for 2 shows bunt. Doesn't get it down as the corners come charging. It's a called strike 1 into Langley.
Shortstop covered third. Second baseman came over to cover first. And as you mentioned, the corners come a-charging.
Yeah. Yeah, they came sprinting in. And now get some signs from the catcher Goodman behind the plate. And now everybody gets set.
They put on the play.
Yeah. Got the play. We don't know what it is.
Watch. I would say watch out for a pickoff attempt here.
And Mulhern does fake like he's going to throw over. No one was there to cover. And maybe more of an effort to keep Pinkston honest over there at second. Now going back over as the shortstop. Pitch comes home and fouled out of play for strike 2.
Langley definitely trying to go to the right side with that.
Yeah, you can see what he's trying to do. And
they have him played way over there again. And again, LaRocco is all alone out there in left center.
There was another long look over at second there, and this time Swords actually came in to cover second if Mulhern wanted. He went home, does the same here. 0-2, missed well up for ball 1.
Well, we've seen that time and time again with that 0-2 count that Mulhern has. He wastes one high, shows a fastball, gives him a different look as he tries to set up that off-speed pitch.
He's ahead in the count 1-2. Got him to chase. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So a big, important first out for Mulhern with runners at first and second. And Evan Trentman, the left fielder, who is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Now he digs in and still big 2 outs to get here for Mulhern. Works with a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. 1 gone, 2 on for the Golden Eagles. Another check. Pitch comes home. Catches the outside edge. Called strike 1.
Trentman was 271 hitter at the start of the day, but as you mentioned, he's 2 for 2.
2 singles. Got caught trying to advance home. Now swings through the 0-1. And well behind in the count 0-2. And Singleton was left on in the 3rd. It's Mulhern. See if he goes with that high fastball. Goodman sets up outside to the lefty. The pitch comes in, it goes outside, doesn't chase. Good job by Trentman. However, Mulhern still ahead in the count, 1-2. As Goodman gets a sign from the dugout, relays it to his pitcher, and now time called at home plate.
Webster right fielder Adam Lovell is really deep, almost at the track.
Now he moves in a bit as the 1-2 missed up and in and didn't miss by too much.
That might have been the hardest pitch Mulhern has thrown as far as fastball with speed behind it. That one had a little giddy up.
Yeah, and no wonder Trentman didn't swing. Probably didn't even see it. As the 2-2 out in front of that, fouls it back to the screen. And we'll do it again, 2-2.
Lead off walk, and then a single, and then a strikeout. That's where we're at here in the top of the 5th inning. Spalding trying to get themselves back into this one, trailing 2-0.
And Trentman working with an even count at 2-2. Throw comes home, misses again, up and away. So after starting him 0-2, 3 balls gives us a full count and just the second 3-ball count, and both coming in this 5th inning as things have started to get a little labored for Mulhern out on the bump. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Runner goes. It's ball 4 anyway. The bases will be loaded with just 1 gone here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, this is the first inning we've seen Mulhern have any kind of stress.
All right, first time he's put 3 runners on in the same inning. They're loaded, and double play ball still in order, but the dangerous and SLIAC Player of the Year, Eric Meyer, about to step in and
well, Abner's done it again.
Funny how it works out sometimes.
Isn't it?
And nowhere to put them. And this is the battle you want to see. Pitcher of the Year versus Player of the Year.
There you go, 47 RBIs.
And first pitch ball low and in, and Eric Meyer showing some intensity back towards the dugout. Is he ahead in the count early? 1-0. Going to be played straight up. 1-0. Out in front, high chopper, gloved, sliding into the bag at third is the third baseman Daniels. So the run does come home to score. That's Jace Pinkston, an RBI for Eric Meyer, the shortstop, and runners at first and second now with 2 gone. So a nice pitch there by Mulhern gets Meyer a little off balance and at least get 1 out.
Meyer almost had that turf hit there.
Yeah. And 2 gone on the fielder's choice. So now runners at first and second. 2 gone, and the first pitch into Dryden Schroeder. Misses low for ball 1.
So that leadoff walk does come back to haunt Mulhern as Pinkston goes around the bases.
And Mulhern will work to keep it at just the 1. He's fallen behind, and now count will even up at 1-1 as that's fouled back and out of play by Dryden Schroeder. Schroeder locking down first base in the field today. And he works here. He's sitting on a 1-for-2 day, a strikeout back in the first and singled his last time up in the 4th. Looks at strike 2. There's Mulhern, 1 strike away from getting out of a bit of a jam, relatively unharmed, and more importantly, preserving the lead. But still
got a little work to do.
Yeah, still got a little work to do. 1-2, Mulhern kicks, throws, line drive into left field. They're going to send the runner. Gloved by LaRocco, throw comes home. It's in time, but off the line, gets by. They're going to send the runners up 1 base, so runners at second and third. We are tied up as Trentman comes around from second to score, forcing the throw. Meyer goes first to third, and a single, and then advancing there is Schroeder. So runners at second and third now and 2 gone, and a good piece of 2-out hitting there by Dryden Schroeder.
It sure was, and R.J. LaRocco had a chance there at the throws on line. I think it'd have been a bang play. I think he could have had him. Throw was just offline. He had the chance.
As advancing to second was Schroeder on the error, E7 on the throw coming in from LaRocco. And again, just a throw that got a little too far up the line. However, more times than not, it's that third base line. In this instance, it was first base. And now fouled back and out of play by J.T. Johnson.
And this 3rd time around the lineup, Spalding has certainly put the bat on the ball a little bit better. Got themselves right back into this game as we are tied at 2.
So they break the scoring drought with 2 of their own here in the 5th, and might not be done yet as that one's slashed foul down the third base line. So, Jim, both those walks come back to hurt the Gorlocks here in the top half of the 5th inning. And Mulhern still having to deal with trouble ahead in the count 0-2. High chopper over to first, gloved by Kent. He'll step on the bag unassisted to end the inning. However, 2 runs come across to score in the top of the 5th. And we have a whole new game as we move to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching the SLIAC Championship Series on SLIAC TV.
I am an NCAA student athlete, and I pledge to be a champion of unity on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to stand against all forces of division and separation. I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination. I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity. I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt. I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy. I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all. I pledge to things that we are stronger together.
United.
Welcome back to Sauget, Illinois. I'm Tyler Rosen, alongside me, Jim Plyman. Tim Miller, our producer, here tonight for both games 1 and 2. And this game 1 has gotten just a bit more exciting after that top half of the 5th inning. It was a 2-run top of the 5th for the visitors on the scoreboard. Spalding Golden Eagles started with a leadoff walk of Jace Pinkston, then a single by Marcus Collins. After that, Mitchell Langley got a strikeout, or was struck out, walked Evan Trentman to load the bases, did Mulhern, and then we got a treat that maybe didn't quite live up to the billing there between Eric Meyer and Mulhern, but it was a RBI fielder's choice for Meyer that cut the lead to 2-1. Next batter, Dryden Schroeder, an RBI single to tie things up, and the leadoff man here, Valey, first pitch swinging, grounds over to short, and he's retired 6-3. Valey.
I haven't seen much of that first pitch swinging.
No, really, I think the first time maybe. Maybe the second, in all honesty, looking back at the scorebook. And
yeah, I mean, maybe a foul ball here and there or something, but that's that stood out to me.
Yeah.
Haven't had much of that.
I think just about 4 or 5 at-bats where Parisi on the mound has not gotten to 2 balls. So it's been labored to say the least at times, but gets 1 pitch, 1 out.
It was a good pitch.
And that was a nice breaking pitch to even up the count to Aaron Hopp, the center fielder.
Nasty there. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Last time up, Hopp tried to bunt on for a hit.
Show him another.
Yeah, why not? Say, here it is. Try and hit it.
He wouldn't make the 3, would he?
I don't know. We'll see. And why not if it's working? Kicks, throws, just fouled back. As I mentioned, Hopp tried to bunt on for a single. His first time up, that coming in the second, right after the triple by Valey. However, playing his position was Parisi, who went 1-3 to retire Hopp, and now Hopp evens the count at 2-2.
Try to make him chase that one outside. This one I wouldn't be surprised for an off-speed pitch.
2-2. Hitter probably thinking fastball. Goes with the off-speed pitch. Missed low and away. So the count runs full.
All right, I'm done guessing. 3-2 now. He'll probably throw a breaking pitch here.
As Parisi kicks, throws, hits a little weak fly ball into right field, ranging over his spec, and he retires Hopp.
Wind kept taking that one towards the line.
I did not look like that was going to keep going.
No, I agree. I kept watching that and going, that's a little deeper than I thought.
Good job there by Speck. He keeps with it. And the clouds start to take over as we approach 6:30. We'll see if maybe the lights start to come on soon. This is the first pitch into the leadoff man, Adam Lovell.
I will tell you from experience, when these lights come on, they are not very high. It can be a little tough to. You got to play here a few times to realize a throw coming from third base over to first can be a
tricky one.
A little bit of a challenge for the first time or two.
And again, for a team like Webster, should be used to it by now.
Yeah.
But again, advantage them if that, you never know, especially in these games. We've seen it at every level. When you get to the games that matter in these championship type series, seems to be some funky play here and there that seems to turn the tide. In the 1-2, just missed. Eric Meyer was about to run into the dugout. So the count evens at 2-2. That was a good pitch.
Deuces are wild up on that scoreboard. 2-2. At bat is number 2. Ball 2, strike 2, 2 out.
And the 2-2 missed, low and in. So another full count. This time into Adam Lovell, 0 for 2, or excuse me, 0 for 1 with a walk. And he was part of a strike him out, throw him out. And he watches ball 4 go low and away. So second time tonight that Adam Lovell has walked.
See if they get the running game going here. See if they want to run on Zane Baker. He's already thrown out 1. Baker's going out to talk to Parisi here, and they want to get on the same page of what they want to throw to R.J. Larocco.
Yeah, Larocco 0 for 2. Strikeout back in the first, lined out too short in the third inning, and
the level was cut down in that first inning. I would have liked to have seen that one on replay myself.
It was awfully close. And I think that field umpire would be in the right position to make
a lot
the call.
Closer than I am, no doubt about it. I just said I'd like to see it. That's all.
Absolutely.
I didn't say it was wrong.
No, I know we'd all benefit from a couple extra looks, and now
there he
runner goes. Throw down a second. It's a good one. Is it in time? It is. So for the second time tonight, Lovell caught stealing by Zane Baker, and another strong throw. So as we move to the top of the 6th, our score 2-2 here in the SLIAC Championship Series. You're watching SLIAC TV.
I am an NCAA student athlete, and I pledge to be a champion of unity on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to stand against all forces of division and separation. I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination. I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity. I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt. I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy. I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all. I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United.
Yeah, bottom 7, that's good.
We welcome you back to GCS Ballpark here in Sauget, Illinois, in the shadows of downtown St. Louis, just across the river. And we got a heck of a game as we move to the 6th inning. 2-2 in Game 1 of the SLIAC Championship Series, a new format that, Jim, I'd say has been exciting, ranging all the way back from last week and through the first 5 innings here tonight. As first pitch.
All culminating in this best of 3 series here between Spalding and Webster.
Speck digs in, saw first pitch ball, now looks at strike 1. Catch the outer edge of the plate. Speck went down on strikes twice, went looking in the 2nd, swinging in the 4th. And now works to lead off here in this 6th inning and gets ahead in the count 2-1. Really, through the first 4, looks like Mulhern might just cruise to a Game 1 victory. But in the 5th, third time around the order, Spalding started to figure him out, put some hits together, and take advantage of some free passes. They get 2 on the board, tie things up. We have a whole new outlook on this game, and the count evens at 2-2 to Michael Speck. Mulhern kicks, throws. Breaking pitch, fouled out of play. Count stays even at 2-2.
As we mentioned before, Speck has 4 home runs, 27 RBIs on the season, and they shift him a little to the right in the outfield.
As the 2-2 misses up and a bit outside, so count goes full at 3-2.
I would say if he walks this guy, we're going to see some activity in the Gorlock bullpen.
I'd say you're right, and gets a ground ball foul down the third baseline. Do it again. This being the 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming.
Yeah, they didn't record the last out. They didn't record the last out. I have no idea. I watched that video, but I don't know what. I don't remember what it was.
And so Mulhern comes set, working from the stretch again exclusively. And another foul ball, and a good battle brewing here between Speck and Mulhern on the mound.
Yeah, Speck, a 303 hitter coming into this ball game. Hits from the right side. Putting a good at-bat together here.
Michael Speck's been having a heck of a tournament, batting .364, and another foul ball.
He's definitely running up the pitch count.
Yeah, he is. And we mentioned in the first 4, it was Mulhern who just seemed to be cruising, super efficient through his first 4 innings of work, but now working in the 6th and what he had to deal with in the 5th. Pitch count starting to add up. And the 3-2 missed up and in, so what a at-bat there by Michael Speck. He's 10 pitches, works a walk, a leadoff walk at that. And for the 2nd straight inning, the leadoff man is on via the walk.
Those walks can kill you.
Yes, they can, and that's 3 straight innings that the leadoff man has reached off of Mulhern. And now Zane Baker, the catcher, shows bunt, takes it back.
Mulhern back on top of the count. See how he can work differently here with that. 110 pitches he's thrown.
And no action in that bullpen as Jim and I both look simultaneously.
I keep looking down there.
Nobody up just yet, and I guess
got to ride the big gun here.
Why not? And winner of this game clearly takes control of the series. Bunt gets down by Baker, gloved, and Mulhern bobbled it for a second, but able to corral it in, fire it down to first. 1-3 on the put out of Baker on the sac bunt.
Yeah. But a nicely executed bunt there by the catcher Baker, and that'll bring up Jace Pinkston.
So Baker remains 1 for 2 on the day after the sac bunt. And Jace Pinkston, he walked in the 5th, later came around to score courtesy of an RBI from Eric Meyer. Now timeout called by Pinkston at the plate.
They have Lovell just hugging the right field line. The center fielder Hop is over in right center. And LaRocco's all by himself on left center.
First pitch called strike on the inside corner to Jace Pinkston. Game 1 of the SLIAC Championship Series, a best-of-3 series. Game 2 also tonight. Game 3 tomorrow night if needed. Got to finish up Game 1 as this one's fouled back and out of play. So Mulhern gets ahead in the count 0-2. And Jim, as we know, this is a comfortable position for him to be in. Sitting on 8 strikeouts. He got one in the 5th. kicks, throws, 0-2, gets a ground ball. Going to be gloved by the second baseman Smith. Over to Kent at first, and 4-3 to retire Pinkston, and advancing down to third is Michael Speck.
Well, Pinkston put the bat on the ball and moved the runner. Now anything can happen, wild pitch or pass ball.
And talking about this with, I believe it was Colin Surrey, sometimes in these situations, there's almost more pressure on a catcher to keep the ball in front and play their position versus a pitcher making a pitch. And a tie game and, a series where, like we mentioned, winner of game one is in control.
And there you go. Just as a great play. You brought it up perfectly as Zach Goodman shifted his weight to his right to handle that breaking pitch that Collins swung and missed.
Yeah, good block there by Goodman. Nice slide, and you're absolutely right. And he was alert looking down to third as the 0-1 over the heart of the plate, called strike two. So Collins a little confused there, a little tied up, decides not to pull the trigger, but now sits behind in the count 0-2 with 2 gone. Pitch. Hot shot, base hit, an RBI single for the 9th place hitter Marcus Collins down in the count 0-2. He scores Michael Speck, and for the first time tonight, the Golden Eagles have a lead. It's 3-2 in the top of the 6th inning.
Just great job. Marcus Collins pulled that ball, and as we were talking about, as the shift was all to the right side, he just slapped that into left field for his second hit of the ball game, picks up the RBI in the leadoff walk, comes back to haunt the Gorlocks.
So all 3 runs, all those batters put on base courtesy of the walk. And now back to the top of the order. And Mulhern still trying to get that 3rd out here in the 6th. For the first time tonight, he has to work behind on the scoreboard. First pitch missed up and to Mitchell Langley. Wow. Tied for the most runs he's given up in a single game this year. So that tells you just how good Mulhern is and how he's more than deserving of that pitcher of the year credit.
He had only walked 6 batters coming into this game with 117 strikeouts.
And again, Jimmy, just look at the scorebook on those first 3 innings and
he was
first 4.
cruising.
You'd think he'd just be cruising right along, but Spalding has figured something out to their credit. Scored 3 in the past 2 innings, and they lead 3-2.
As we just said, he's only walked 6 the whole season, and he's walked 3 the last 2 innings, and they have hurt him.
Yes, they have, and now fights back in the count to even it at 2-2, does Mulhern. And now we get some action up in that Gorlock bullpen as Mulhern checks on the runner at first. And not in time, and sure, not his best offer over there to first. Langley, he sits on 0 for 3 day, couple of strikeouts, flew out to left his first time up. Runner goes, they'll give him the base, but another nice block there by Goodman behind the plate. And a stolen base to Marcus Collins and a runner in scoring position.
So Marcus Collins has been a bit of a thorn here today in the Gorlock side.
His second time reaching second base today. And now Mulhern steps off. Now he comes back set. Looks in for his sign, gets it. Comes set, kicks, fires. And just tapped foul, and staying alive is the leadoff man, Mitchell Langley.
It's a big at bat here.
Yeah, especially now with Collins sitting at second. And, maybe in previous at-bats, I'd be thinking 3-2 advantage Mulhern, but recently it's caused him trouble. 3-2 again. Popped up into shallow right. Who wants it? Coming on is the second baseman as he collides with Lovell. Smith and Lovell collide, but Smith makes the catch, holds on to it. However, An RBI single by Marcus Collins gives the Golden Eagles their first lead of the night. We move to the bottom of the sixth. The score 3-2 in Game 1 of the SLIAC Championship Series. You're watching SLIAC TV.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. Our score 3-2 in favor of the Spalding Golden Eagles in Game 1 of this SLIAC Championship Series. Look back at that top half of the sixth inning. It was a leadoff walk of Michael Speck, then a sac bunt by Zane Baker, got him over to second. The ground out of Jace Pinkston, 4-3, pushed Speck over to third, and then the ninth place hitter, Marcus Collins, down in the count. 0-2 with two gone, comes up with maybe his biggest hit of the season up to this point, an RBI single, and then Mitchell Langley pops out. And we work here in the bottom of the sixth. That's where we stand at 3-2. And leading things off is R.J. LaRocco, the left fielder. And first pitch he sees is strike one. Now swinging, fouls it away and out of play. So LaRocco quickly behind in the count, 0-2, and Parisi looking maybe a little rejuvenated coming out with the lead for the first time.
I agree.
He kicks, fires, good pitch, but LaRocco lays off as it missed outside. And that's a tough pitch to lay off, too. Parisi in his sixth inning of work, and this one lifted out to left center, going back at the track, and it's off the wall and into second with a double. The throw comes in and made it a little close, but in easily standing is LaRocco with a leadoff double. He got a pitch to hit on 1-2, and he went with it. Hit it in the left center, went off the wall, and didn't miss a home run by maybe more than 7
maybe the
feet.
wind might have kept that in a little bit there. That's going directly against the wind where that was hit, but off the wall for a leadoff double. And the Gorlocks trying to even this one up or take the lead and see if they can get a win for their starter, Matt Mulhern.
And Parisi trying to come up with a big shutdown inning, and
they get the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up here, so
it's not an easy task.
That gets the bullpen hopping down there for Spalding.
And I think if I read this and remember correctly, is the first pitch missed outside to Kyler Kent.
Dazzleless.
Yeah, if I remember this correctly, this Gorlocks team has 6 almost everyday starters or hitters, that are over the 300 mark.
Mm-hmm.
So no easy outs throughout this lineup.
No.
And Parisi experiencing that now, issuing a leadoff double, and now behind in the count to Kyler Kent, the first baseman, who 1 for 2 on the day, has a single and struck out. That strikeout coming in the first, single in the third, and now works here. And a hot shot gloved over at first there by Schroeder. Dryden Schroeder, a nice play. Shirley takes a hit away, and definitely, I think, an RBI from Kyler Kent. So 1 gone here.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you rip it. You don't even get 2 steps out of the batter's box, and you're done. Man, and you got all of that.
They did.
Nice play there by the first baseman, Dryden Schroeder.
And playing the lefty a little closer to the line than I'm sure he normally would play. Some of these other Gorlock hitters right in position makes a big first out. But the work not done for Parisi as he deals with Ben Swords.
The lights are on.
Yeah, lights starting to come on. We'll see how that comes into effect. And check swing is get an appeal. He did go, says that field umpire, and I believe that was the first base umpire making the call, that being Tim Birch. So Swords behind in the count 0-1. As he checked his swing, just couldn't hold up. Parisi looks at second now, fires home, fouled back. And so Parisi ahead in the count 0-2.
Ben Swords out of Freeport, Illinois, trying to get his team back into this one as they trail 3-2 here in the 6th.
Base hit might just do it, and another look over at second, and fakes the throw over, and stepping off is Parisi. Eric Meyer was there the whole way, mirroring LaRocco. And now attention back to the batter, Ben Swords, who sits behind in the count 0-2. Play him shaded to right field a bit. Fouls it back to the screen.
Trying to go to right field with that swing.
Yeah. As wind continues to blow across the field out towards the right a bit. First time today that we really saw the wind affect the game, and what took away what would have been a home run from RJ LaRocco to tie things up, and another good defensive swing there by Ben Swords. Fouls it into the screen over the Spalding dugout. Swords digs back in. Parisi throws. Just missed up for ball one.
Look at the Spalding dugout. His hands up all like, what?
And we'd expect nothing less.
A little hooting and hollering there on the home plate umpire.
Was a pretty good pitch. Now the 1-2.
See, that always happens.
Lifted into shallow right center. They're going to hold the runner as the throw comes all the way in. And a nice block there by Baker to keep it in front. Hold the runners at first and third, but runners at the corners now after the one-out single by Ben Swords as he was down in the count 1-2. And A.J. Smith,
leading RBI guys and home run hitter, 6 home runs, 30 RBIs. He's in a big spot here. Short porch out in right field for this left-handed hitter.
And Parisi's thinking, what do I have to do to get a double play ball here? Pitcher's best friend, and I'm sure that's exactly what Parisi's thinking with A.J. Smith.
Showing bunt.
Showing bunt. Odd there. Gets it down. Is he going to come home? He does, out of the glove in plenty of time. And so, Jim, I'll let you I'll let you take this one on taking the bat out of A.J. Smith's hands there.
Don't have an answer for that. Nope, I don't.
So 1-2 on the putout of LaRocco at home. Advancing is Swords down to second, and reaching there is A.J. Smith.
You've had a double off the fence. You've had a single into right center. Yeah. And then your number 5, your leading RBI guy, and not so sure about that one.
Now he gets that ground ball over to the right side, throws on over Pinkston to Schroeder. 4-3 to retire Daniels, and an opportunity wasted in the bottom of the 6th inning. We move to the 7th. Our score still 3-2. Jim will have it for you when we come back. You're watching SLIAC TV.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn that in giving, we receive so much more in return. Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
Trailing 3-2, Gorlock ace Matt Mulhern goes back to the mound. He's already thrown 123 pitches, and he's going to start things out here in the 7th inning. Jim Plyman, Tyler Rosen with you here at GCS Ballpark in Sauget, Illinois. Tim Miller handling the production here this afternoon as we bring you Game 1 of this SLIAC Conference Championship Tournament. It will be Evan Trentman leading things off. Evan's 2 for 2 in the ball game with a walk and a run scored. He takes strike 1 from the right-hander Matt Mulhern. Next pitch. Just outside, and we're count is even at 1. There's action in the Webster bullpen as well as the Spalding pen. There's ball too low. I would think, Tyler, there'd be a short leash on Mr. Mulhern here in the 7th inning.
I'd imagine you'd be right. Don't want to let things get too far away from you.
There's a ground ball. Diving play by the second baseman, and the throw goes errantly. This is the only chance he had. And A.J. Smith, and then the catcher backs up the play and throws him out as Trentman got a little too far. He made the turn towards second and had to come back to first. And a nice backup play by Zach Goodman, and that is a great hustling play.
Yeah, and just a great play there, backing up the whole way, Goodman, and now we get a discussion. And I think very clearly, in my mind, it looked like Trentman was rounding initially, thinking that was going to go in the dugout.
Yeah, that's probably what they're talking about, whether he made a break or, rounded the bag, which. But even, if he turns in at all and he's got to come back to the base, so he's fair game.
Exactly. I think he definitely was.
He is out.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, so that's a hit. And 4-2-3 on the put out. And let's go back just a second on what a diving play that A.J. Smith made there, just fully extended, and then he just tried to make the throw, pulled it across his body, but he saved the single. There's a fly ball to left field, and it'll be Laraco capping under that and making the play. So Eric Meyer flies out to left, and Dryden Schroeder will step in, the number 4 man in this Spalding lineup. 3-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Spalding on top here in Game 1. There'll be a second game immediately following this one tonight, and if needed, tomorrow night the championship game would be at 6 o'clock right here at GCS. First pitch to Schroeder was a ball, and then the next one is coming from Mulhern. Curveball, it's a beauty, and it's 1-1. 3 runs and 9 hits. No errors for Spalding. 2 runs, 4 hits. There's a base hit in the right. Nice piece of hitting there for Schroeder. That's his 3rd of the game. He has 3 singles, and he has an RBI.
3 singles for Schroeder, as you mentioned, Jim, and now 10 on the 9 for Spalding, all coming off of Mulhern as the starter still in the game.
Be willing to bet he hasn't given up 10 hits
not very
throughout the season. And the runner's going. There's a fly ball in the center. Now the shortstop drifts out, and Swords makes the play. That ball got up in the air and just kind of drifted back in as the wind got a little piece of that one. So a little action in that inning. There's 2 hits there for Spalding, but they strand a runner at first, and we move to the bottom of the 7th. It's 7th inning stretch time. It's a 3-2 lead for Spalding, and we will have our guest Brian Levelette will come in and talk a little bit about the SLIAC conference. Stay with us. You're watching SLIAC TV. The 7th inning stretch time is just about history as we get ready to go here in the bottom of the 7th. Zach Vogt comes into the game for Spalding. He is a right-hander, and he will be facing the bottom 3 in the Webster lineup. It'll be Goodman, Valey, and Hop. And we are joined by Brian Levelette, the sports information director here for SLIAC and assistant commissioner, man of all hats. And Brian, this has been a great game, and it's been a fun conference tournament. You guys have to be pleased with the way things have gone.
Yeah, it's been a great 2 weekends of baseball to wrap up our academic year, culminating tonight with our top 2 seeds.
And, it would seem like, has the tournament been, the format of it been accepted and kind of...
Yeah, so, a little bit about the format. We expanded to the full field, full 8 teams that were playing this spring to give them a chance to get more games in, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Since their seasons were canceled last year, we felt that was important. So we went to the full 8-team tournament format this year. That was also available to do because the NCAA removed that super regional, so that freed open the weekend. Had we not done that, the baseball team, our conference champ, and we kept the normal schedule, they would have had 2 weeks in between. So the coaches wanted to fill that weekend, which allowed us to have this best-of-3 game series this weekend.
Zach Vogt's first 2 pitches are balls, and Zach Goodman takes the strike, and it's now 2-1. Yeah, this seems, the way this is set up this weekend, it's just, it's good. You're getting some good crowd here today, and this is some quality baseball we're seeing here today.
Yeah, for sure. Spalding, Webster, back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to make a guess, I would say this could go all 3 games, and the competition seems great, and we've seen 2 pitchers, both first team all conference players, and then Mulhern being the pitcher of the year, and that pitch is on the outside corner, strike 3 called, and Goodman is down looking. It's kind of we saw a great pitching duel, which is what everybody expected, and some of the top talent is on display here without a doubt.
That's right. As you mentioned, 2 first-team all-conference pitchers going head-to-head. You can't beat that. They went blow for blow. Now we're into the bullpens, and we'll see how the arms hold up for the teams.
Yeah, this is fun. This pitch is a strike on the outside corner, as we have Landon Valey at the plate. Next pitch is fouled back and out of play. And this is the home park for the Gorlocks throughout the season?
Yes, it is. This is where they play all their home games. So last week when we were out at Carshield Field, and then we were able to get in here for the best-of-3 series this weekend.
And for you, the year is winding down here. It's had to be one of the most challenging years. You couldn't even dream of some of the things you probably had to come up with this year.
Yeah, for sure. It's been quite a ride over the past year and a half. Lots of planning, lots of meetings. a hectic, 2.5-3 month rush here this spring.
There's a fly ball to center field, drifting over is Langley, and he makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Webster. Eric Hopp will step in here with 2 outs. Yeah, I can imagine your phone minutes and emails and everything that you guys and all the schools here in the SLIAC have had to use up and to do to get things going and keep everybody safe. And there's a bouncing ball to third, grabbed in front of the bag. A long throw made there by Marcus Collins, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Zach Vogt. We'll keep it right here and have a few more minutes with Brian. And, it had to be challenging at times, and, different sports have different, indoors, outdoors, practices, with all the COVID restrictions, and I guess you learned a lot about
right.
what you have to do in a pandemic, huh?
Yep, all the different sports and, what's deemed there are different risk, variations, and then having to deal with the different, we had schools in 4 different states, having to deal with all those, and then even within that, you have St. Louis County or, Macoupin County, you know what I mean, different counties. So, wide variety of rules and regulations we kind of had to keep our eyes on.
And you had to have a lot of cooperation from coaches and school administrations, and so there had to be a lot of communication.
Yeah, a lot of communication. Everyone's goal this spring was just to allow our student-athletes to get out there and compete. And we did that. We were one of 6 conferences that we were able to hold all conference championships in this spring.
That's great.
And one of just 6.
Yeah, and then speaking of that, what happens for the winner here in this tournament?
They will get our automatic berth into the NCAA Division III Baseball Championship.
Where's that?
The regional, I'm not sure. It'll be announced on Sunday.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Okay. We move to the top of the 8th inning, and it will be Spalding's. It'll be Michael Speck and Zane Baker and Jace Pinkston. Anything else you would like to add or
I just want to thank everybody for tuning in here on CollegeCast and checking out SLIAC TV all spring long. The student-athletes, even though you might not have been able to attend in person, they really appreciate your support, and we look forward to having you back in the stands at all our sports next year.
Yeah, we hope it's a normal year. As a ground ball into left field for a base hit, a leadoff single for Michael Speck here in the top of the 8th inning. Well, Brian Levelett, thank you for stopping by.
No problem.
And good luck the rest of the way here in this tournament. So Michael Speck leads it off with a single, and Mulhern is out there for the 8th inning. And now it is Zane Baker, the catcher, will step in. He's the number 7 hitter in this lineup. And Tyler Rosen, is it time for some small ball here again?
I think so. I'm always in for small ball.
I'm thinking we might see that.
Put the pressure on the
There it
Gorloks.
is. There's the bunt. It's pushed to the first baseman. He bobbles it. He's got to hurry. Throws the first. Got him by a quarter of a step. So the sacrifice is good. It goes 1-3. Or rather, let's see, that goes 3-4, right?
Yeah,
3-4. Okay, because that was fielded by Kyler Kent. That ball was pushed past the mound, and Kent took his eyes off it for a bit, bobbled it, and then recovered. And A.J. Smith was there to cover for the putout. So the runner's now at second base. There's a line, one hopper, nice play. They're going to throw to third for the putout. That goes 6-5 as Ben Swords makes the nice play, and getting caught out there in no man's land pretty much was Michael Speck. Once you're committed that far, you have too much of an opportunity to get back, and that was an easy play. It's 6-5 on the putout.
And great heads up play there by Swords, seeing that. All right, that's a hot ground ball coming into me. Quick throw over to third, get the lead runner, and let Mulhern breathe a little bit here in the 8th.
Marcus Collins has had a very good afternoon. He singled in the 5th inning And then he had an RBI single and a stolen base back in the 6th, and that is he has the game-winning hit at the moment. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Collins. He bats here with 2 out in the 8th inning, a runner on at first. Trying to get it around to the top of the order to Mitch Langley, who's the on-deck hitter. There's a ground ball to second. Smith, easy toss to Swords. And there's a easy inning for Mulhern. We have played 7.5, and Spalding is on top, 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. You're watching SLIAC TV. Come on back.
Do you have a camp coming up? Winning Streak can help you. Whether it's a summer league team or you're hosting a skills camp, Winning Streak has you covered. With talented graphic artists on site to help you with your design and various delivery options, Winning Streak has all of your needs met. If you place an order on a Monday, Winning Streak can get you your camp shirts by Thursday. Winning Streak, your T-shirt headquarters.
We move to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Webster will have the top of the order. It'll be Lovell, LaRocco, and Kyler Kent. Tyler, I'd say it's imperative that if they can get Lovell on to start things off, see if they can get the leadoff man on, do whatever they can here. Then again, with that said, he's been caught stealing twice in this ballgame, but he's been on twice via the walk. And let's see what the Gorlocks can do as they trail in this one 3-2 as we start the bottom of the 8th inning. Spalding third baseman Marcus Collins is halfway down the line here anticipating a bunt. The first pitch is a ball from Zach Vogt. Vogt is in relief of Jack Parisi, who went the first 6 innings. Next pitch, grounded into center field. And Lovell starts off the 8th inning with a base hit. That'll bring in R.J. LaRocco. Well, let's see what happens here. Lovell's been on base 3 times. He's reached via walk, and he's been caught stealing both times by the strong arm of the catcher, Zane Baker. Collins in close, anticipating the bunt. First pitch is a strike at the knees to R.J. LaRocco. LaRocco is struck out, popped to short, and doubled off the wall in left center. The newcomer of the year in the SLIAC Conference. 0-1 pitch, this one's outside. Not showing any signs of bunting here.
No, and Lovell looking a bit more subdued over there at first than he had the previous 2 times he was on base, and maybe just being told that right now you need as many runners as you can.
The 1-1 pitch, that's outside.
And also, Jim, maybe I'm reading too much into it here, but maybe anticipating Lovell to get a jump, the Gorlocks thinking that that's the Spalding mindset that, all right, they're going to throw a couple pitches out, make them come to you, get ahead in the count.
The 2-1 pitch, foul back. What a good cut R.J. LaRocco had there.
Did not miss that by much.
LaRocco's from San Diego, California. Went to Point Loma High School. 2-2 is the count. Runner on at first, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th. A foul ball off and out of play. On the right side. That one's well out of here. And we'll do it again. The on-deck hitter is Kyler Kent. followed by the cleanup man, Ben Swords. Webster has up who they want this inning. The 2-2 pitch. Outside.
That Spalding dugout getting animated again. Not agreeing with the call.
Now we got a full count here. LaRocca in from the right side. He is ready. Vogt pitches. Ground ball into left field. That's a base hit. Lovell will stop at second base, and the Gorlocks have something going here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 singles, and now it's going to bring in Kyler Kent.
Good piece of hitting there by R.J. LaRocco. Waited, worked a nice at bat, got the count full, fouled off a pitch in there as well. Then got a pitch to hit, just drove it, kept with it into left field, finding the hole in the left side of the infield, and back-to-back singles have something going for the Gorlocks with nobody down here in the bottom of the 8th.
2 on, nobody out. The wind kind of blowing to the right field corner now. Ball is inside as Kent showed bunt.
Yeah, again, maybe even for us, maybe trying to do a little too much here in showing bunt.
First baseman Schroeder is in on the edge of the grass. Kent with a .374 batting average coming into this contest. The 1-0 pitch. Schroeder charges. He puts the bunt down towards the mound. He's going to have to go to first. And the throw is high, but it is caught there by the second baseman, Pinkston. Somehow he kept his foot on the bag. A nice, successful sacrifice bunt there by Kent. That goes 1-4. And runners move up to second and third for Ben Swords. First base is open. And the wheels are spinning as we're going to have a conference on the mound. There's conferences everywhere. Yeah. So manager Bill Couric for the Gorlocks opted for the bunt again.
This time it works in his favor. Not trying to do too much. In a good bunt there by Kyler Kent. Just, again, doesn't matter if it's too hard. Runners seem to have a good jump if they weren't going on the pitch anyway. And works out again, like I said, in his favor this time. And referencing back to the last attempt, and that was by A.J. Smith when that throw came home with the bases loaded.
Mm-hmm. So manager Matt Downs has left the meeting, and looks like they are going to put A.J. Smith on. No, yes they are, with an intentional pass. And that's going to bring in A.J. Smith. And again, with 6 home runs and 30 RBIs, they're going to put the bat in his hands. And the bases are now loaded. They play A.J. to pull. The shortstop, Eric Meyer, is on the second base side of the second base bag. 3 infielders on the right side. Collins all alone on the left side of third base. Here's the pitch. There's a little tapper that's foul. As Baker grabbed that one and stepped on the plate, but it was foul. Webster with a chance here. They trail 3-2. They've been out hit 11-6. A.J. Smith, the left-handed hitter, against Vogt. Pitches outside. 1-1 is the count.
Didn't miss by much on that pitch. Imagine Smith going to be patient unless he gets something that he absolutely loves.
Lovell, LaRocca, and Swords are on the base pass. Zach Vogt delivers. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch there.
Yeah, that was
1
a
and
really
2.
good pitch. Use the situation against Smith there a bit. Probably realizing he's a little more amped up. Bases loaded, bottom of the 8th, trailing by 1. Takes something off of it. Put some nice movement on it. And ahead in the count, 1-2.
Big moment in this ball game. Vogt has the sign he wants. He delivers. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Here comes the second man around. The ball is bobbled by the center fielder. The runners stop at first and second. And Webster has taken the lead 4-3.
What a great job by Smith. Had the bat taken out of his hands back in the 6th inning with the bases loaded. This time, swinging away. Got a pitch he had, working away from the shift. More importantly, Jim, especially for the lefty, comes up big with a 2 RBI single here in the bottom of the 8th and gives the Gorlocks the lead back in the 8th inning.
Mitch Daniels now steps in. He could cause some more damage. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game. He struck out, hit into a double play, and grounded out to second. So he's got a little revenge on his mind. First pitch to him is low for a ball. Runners on at first and second now with just 1 out. Webster back on top. They were in the lead 2-0. Then it was tied 2-2 in the 5th. Spalding pushed a run across in the 6th inning for the lead. And now it's back to Webster, 4-3. Runners on at first and second. There's a pitch on the outside corner that's a strike. It's a good ball game here in the opener tonight. There's another game to follow, as this is a best-of-3 series. First 2 games played this evening. If it's needed, we'll be back here tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Vogt checks the runner at second. This one drifts outside, and the count is 2-1. The on-deck hitter is Zach Goodman, the Gorlock catcher. Vogt gets his sign. Gets the ball in his hand the way he wants. He delivers. There's a long fly ball to right center. It's going to be caught by the right fielder, and no advancement by the runners as Michael Speck brings that one in for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring in Goodman. And Tyler Rosen, there is nobody up in the bullpen unless I missed it. They're saying, Mr. Mulhern, go get him.
I think they will, and they had some up going into this bottom of the 8th inning, but 2 runs changes the outlook, and ride the guy who's got you here.
That's right. First pitch, fly ball, left side, drifting away from the foul line, and in just missing the sliding attempt was Evan Trentman right there by the Gorlock bullpen.
And he had to run a long way.
Yeah, he did.
Nice effort. And again, maybe a bit of that, not being able to get there, playing off the line a bit with the lefty.
Yeah. And you know, that last hit there by A.J. Smith, as you mentioned, that was against the shift there a little bit, and a little more room up the middle than you might have had if not the shift there. This pitch is called a strike, and it's 0-2 on the catcher, Zach Goodman. Goodman is 0 for 2 on the day. He's been hit by a pitch, scored a run, and has been a strikeout victim twice. He bounces this one past the first base coach right down there near the Spalding bullpen. And the count remains 0-2. If you're wondering about the Spalding lineup next inning, it's around to the top of the order, just like this was for Webster. Swing and a miss. Goodman is down on strikes, but damage has been done as Webster scores 2 in the inning on 3 hits. A big 2-run single for A.J. Smith puts Webster on top 4-3 after 8 innings. We'll return for the 9th inning. Tyler Rosen will have it for you. You are watching SLIAC TV. Come on back for the for that 9th inning.
Drury Hotels is a corporate sponsor of the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. A family-owned hotel chain, Drury provides exceptional values for travelers. SLIAC fans and teams can choose from 3 Metro East locations in the St. Louis area and book rooms for just $89. Choose from Drury hotels in O'Fallon, Fairview Heights, and Collinsville, which are conveniently located directly off the interstate and near a wide selection of restaurants. All 3 locations are within 60 miles of 5 SLIAC members and offer SLIAC fans and family traveling through the St. Louis area a cost-saving quality stay. For more information on how to book a room with Drury Hotels, contact your school's athletic department and ask for the Drury Hotels/SLIAC Biz Trip number. Drury Hotels, where the extras aren't extra.
We're in the top of the 9th inning, and our score 4-3 in favor of the Webster Gorlocks. As Jim mentioned, in the 8th, it'll be the top of the order for the Golden Eagles: Mitchell Langley, Evan Trentman, Eric Meyer, and we have a defensive substitution for the Gorlocks. Bo Slaymaker comes in at second for Smith. So a defensive substitution. Mulhern still in the game. So, Jim, you had it right on the money, though. Some action in the bullpen now as Mulhern up to 140 pitches to start this 9th. And we get going. He'll deal with Mitchell Langley first. First pitch called, strike 1 down the middle. 7 Gorlocks went to the plate in their half of the 8th inning. 2 runs come across. And that one chopped foul for strike 2 by Langley. And that's how we stand at 4-3. It was an RBI single to A.J. Smith, atoning for that bunt back in the 6th inning that was part of a 0-run effort that had the bases loaded. Check swing. Yes, he did go, says the home plate umpire. So another strikeout for Mulhern. And 1 down here in the top of the 9th in game number 1.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time Langley has gone down on strikes in this one, as he is 0 for 5 in that leadoff position here in this one. Tough afternoon for Langley.
Yeah, Langley sits down 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts. And now Trentman looks at first pitch, strike 1 called.
Trentman 3 for 3 with a run scored in this game and a walk.
Uh-oh. Now lifts that one into left field. That'll get down and gloved by the left fielder, LaRocco. Fires it in quickly. It goes off the glove of the shortstop, Swords, as he was out left cutting that off. But standing at first still is Trentman. So a 1-out single and another lefty going the other way. And now the dangerous Eric Meyer.
Eric Meyer comes in. What an afternoon for Trentman.
Trentman, 4 singles. He's been on base all 5 times he's come up to the plate. He has that walk sandwiched in between all those singles, that coming in the 5th inning. And, well, it hasn't been Meyer's best day, but he can change all that right here. But he looks at a first pitch strike.
He does have an RBI in this game. He's 1 for 4.
And working behind the count, 0-1. Mulhern. Check on the runner at first.
Ooh.
Just does get back. Is Trentman standing over at first, and could hear the oohs and ahs up here and probably from the stands, as that was a close play.
How do you like the 9th inning? Pitcher of the year against the player of the year. 2-time player of the year.
Couldn't script it up any better. Another check on Trentman, who's back in a little easier this time. His lead is shortened up a bit. Now Mulhern, another check on Trentman, back in. The wind blowing in a bit now. Still going across the field left to right. Now Mulhern, another check. Got him hesitating, but just
look at that Webster dugout.
is Trentman. So 4 straight checks on Trentman, bookended by a couple close calls. As Trentman hesitated to go back and kind of got froze there by Mulhern. And we'll see if Mulhern doesn't decide to come to Meyer. He does. Pitch missed up. Evening the count at 1-1.
They've got Myers playing deep, very deep. It's like no doubles defense here, but straight away. Aaron Hopp is in the next county out there.
Yeah, he is. In center field, and another check on Trent.
He's almost on the highway.
So by my count, 5 checks on Trentman over at first. Now comes to Meyer, and he swings right through a nice pitch.
That was hard ball there.
Yeah, it was. And that was power versus power there. Here it is, big boy, go hit it. Meyer couldn't on that attempt, and now behind in the count 1-2.
That was pitch 150.
And another check on Trentman.
And add about 6 over to first base. That's 156.
It's been a long day out on the mound for Mulhern. Is that one fouled away?
Fought that off.
Yeah, he did. 150 pitches, Jim, and the 107
strikes. He's going to sleep well tonight.
Yeah. He won't feel that arm for a while, but hey, it's postseason baseball. The 1-2. He got him as Meyer skies this one. Who once it looks like it'll be the second baseman, Slaymaker it is. Bo Slaymaker fresh into the game. Retires Eric Meyer, so a huge second out there by Mulhern, and now just 1 out away from a Game 1 victory in this SLIAC Championship Series and sitting firmly in control heading into Game 2, that also taking place tonight.
Well, Dryden Schroeder is 3 for 4. His last 3 at-bats are singles, one of them an RBI single. He's had a very good afternoon.
That RBI single, he advanced down to second on a throwing error from the left fielder, Larocco. So if there happens to be a play at the plate in that left center gap, something to keep an eye on, and another check on Trentman at first.
Gotta love the Bulldog in Mulhern here. He just keeps firing.
And rears back and finds a little something extra as swinging through that one was Dryden Schroeder for strike 1. 2 gone here in the top of the 9th inning. Gorlock's ahead 4-3, trying to close out Game 1 and get that complete game winner is Mulhern. Another check on Trentman and back in easily. Mulhern comes set. Kicks, throws. Strike 2, swung on and missed by Schroeder. Mulhern ahead in the count 0-2. And
Schroeder's first time up, he went down swinging, but has solved Mulhern 3 times in a row since. Here we go.
0-2 count, 2 gone. Top of the 9th. Mulhern comes set. Kicks, throws, fouled back. We'll do it again. 0-2 spoiled.
That pitch was up a bit.
Yeah, it was, and I think maybe
not as high as he wanted that pitch, and might have been out of the strike zone, but you can't take there.
No, you can't. I think maybe Schroeder was anticipating that real high fastball.
Yeah.
Caught off guard there, went for the defensive swing. Count stays 0-2. Mulhern, check on Trentman, back in again. So we'll try this again.
Maybe you send him on 0-2.
Why not? He's got a big lead. Stays put. 0-2 in the dirt. A nice block there by Goodman. And the count goes 1-2.
Great job there by Goodman. Got his body over the ball there. Did everything right.
Yeah, he did. And he's been busy behind the plate at times.
Watch his breaking pitch here.
1-2. Check on Trentman.
Watch it throw to first. I bet that's, 10 times over there?
I was thinking that it's probably about 10 pitches, or 10 tosses over to first. And now we'll try the 1-2. Kicks, throws, chopper back up the middle, gloved, and stepping on the bag is Slaymaker for out number 3, 4 unassisted. And that is how game number 1 ends. 4-3 our final. Mulhern goes the distance, gets the complete game 1 winner, and Webster takes a 1-0 series lead.
Wow, what a good ball game. As Webster out at the mound congratulating each other. A hard-fought 4-3 win, and what can you say about Matt Mulhern as he picks up his 11th win of the season? And at times today may not have his very best stuff, but boy, he was impressive.
Wow. You're right, Jim. And a great performance by him, and Parisi had a good performance there too, and just not able to get enough help from the bullpen as some timely hitting.
Yep, the big hit, A.J. Smith.
Yeah, in the 8th. And I believe our start time will be 8:15, give or take, after the conclusion of this game. And 4-3 our final for my partner Jim Plyman, our producer Tim Miller, saying so long for now until game 2 at about 8:15. I'm Tyler Rosen, and thank you for watching SLIAC TV.